how much compensation will I receive in workers' compensation? Well, if you're injured on the job and you're an employee and you hurt yourself and you're getting medical care and they take you out of work, the doctor takes you out of work for more than 7 days, then arguably the insurance company, the workers' compensation insurance company, should start paying you weekly checks called temporary total disability benefits. Now, how do they calculate those? Well, they take the day you were hurt and they go back in time 13 weeks. And they give you a average weekly wage, okay, from those 13 weeks. If you're paid every 2 weeks, then they go back 14 weeks, and they come up with your average weekly wage. Then, under Georgia law, they will pay you 2/3 or 67% of your average weekly wage. That is what is known as your comp rate. And that is the amount of weekly checks you would receive without any taxes being taken out. Now, when they look at your pay for the 13 weeks, they're looking at your gross pay before anything gets taken out. Now, there are caps in place in Georgia, and every year lately, the caps have been increased. And so, depending upon when you're watching this video, you may want to reach out to a Georgia workers' compensation attorney. You may want to look at the Georgia State Board of Workers' Comp's website and see what is the maximum comp rate, because they are capped. And like I said, depending upon when you get hurt, the date of injury is when that cap is in place. So that's something that you'll want to know as far as the weekly checks. Now, that's how much compensation you get. You also get your prescriptions reimbursed if they don't pay for your prescriptions. You also get mileage at 45 cents a mile currently. That also changes from time to time, so you may want to check online as to what the rate of pay is for mileage and reimbursement in workers' comp. Now, if they provide you transportation, you won't be getting mileage on top of that. That would be double dipping. But those are the items of compensation. Now, also, if you have concluded care and the doctor says, medically speaking, there's nothing further I think that I can do to help your situation, you are what's known at MMI, stands for Maximal Medical Improvement. And so if you're at MMI, a lot of times the doctor will say, well, I'm going to send you for an evaluation and we'll get you an impairment percentage. And that's what they'll do. They'll send you'll do what's called a functional capacity evaluation, also called an FCE. If you're at that point in time, you really want to speak with the Georgia Workers' Compensation attorney and find out what your options are, because there could be options for you prior to doing that FCE that may benefit you. So keep that in mind. You do the FCE, they will give you an impairment rating. The doctor will sign off on the impairment rating, and that can be calculated to the penny as far as your impairment rating is concerned. For more information on that, I always recommend you look on our other video that we have, which is the back of a WC2. It's a form you can get on the Workers' Comp's website. We did a video showing the back of that, and it shows the exact breakdown. And I think visually speaking, that is easier to understand and follow versus me saying it here. Anyway, those are the items of compensation. Now, if both parties, meaning the insurance company for the employer and the employee, want to resolve the case, there could be a settlement, and that would be based upon future weekly checks, future medical care, and the impairment rating. And so that's something that we've also done other videos on. You may want to take a look at that. If you have any questions, always recommend you speak with a Georgia Workers' Compensation attorney.